Outside of Bitcoin, what is the crypto asset with the most potential in your view, and what would be driving it?
I think bunch of L2s. We definitely have ETH, but even like chains which are built on top of it. So XRP, Hedra, a bunch of them have seen. XRP, I feel like is going to be next ETF, most probably along with Solana. I think these are the projects which has survived, which has proved themselves, and now look going for a big institutional adoption. For me, when I look for 2025, I'm like, Bitcoin is going to be a big narrative. Institutional adoption is going to be a big narrative. And that institutional adoption are going to come for these new tokens like Solana, XRP, Hedra, like bunch of those new projects, maybe Aptos and Sui. And I think that is what's going to drive the whole new economy from the retail perspective. From the bank perspective, I feel like TradeFi tokenizing anything. We have already seen President Trump and people associated with them launching their own exchange, crypto exchange, and supporting a lot of TradeFi digitalization. So I feel like since our identity and money was used as Apple Pay or digitalizing of money, the next biggest movement out here is going to be tokenization of your whole supply chain assets and the cashes. So those are going to be the big narrative for me this year.
The real question is whether or not this is priced in. And I think, that's the thing you have to ask yourself. Many people would look at this and say, hey, Paul, it's a little bit priced in here. But there's a lot of people that still believe that these pro-policies are still at the very beginning of where we're going to see the cycle go. So a couple of points in this article. You could have bought Bitcoin at around 35. That was before the ETF approval. That goes all the way back to the end of 23. And people would say, well, it's priced in, but it's almost 3 times that price right now. So that's the same logic that they're kind of looking at because of the good news narrative that is going to paint out in this administration over the next 12 months.
For example, in this last quarter, the bulk of XRP sales were to institutional investors. And as this transitions away from retail to institutions who start to use it for wholesale, financial usage, that's when the turning point will come.
If people would ask me, is there going to be an XRP ETF? And I just look, it's inevitable that there will be an XRP ETF. And now I think I actually don't even know. I think there's 4 or 5 different filings here in the US. I know at least one in Europe. And I think it's great. I think it's, again, not surprising. I certainly hope that we'll see some of those approved soon.
Ripple is the company to be paying attention to. I believe that the United States will be looking at this as a swift dollar way of transacting and doing a lot of different things. Okay. So XRP is the ticker on that for people that are interested.